Namaste, my niggas. Welcome back. It's Unfamiliar Podcast with your girl, Naylor.
Tony Love.
It's me, Stevie T, on everything.
Period, pool.
Period. And we're opening up today. Is going to be a relaxed episode. We're just going to kind of shoot the shit here a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's take our shot as a group. And welcome. You guys are welcome to take a shot. You can pause it here.
Come on. Take y'all shots, y'all, with us. Take them with us.
Cheers.
Delish. Little tequila for your soul, honey.
Ooh. It gave me
Chasing with
chills.
the wines and stuff.
That one's mine, baby.
This one?
Yeah, that's yours.
This one.
Okay.
All right.
We chilling today, y'all. It was a nice day today. It was like really warm.
Yeah, the weather's awesome right now. It's been real back and forth in the DMV. We get snow first half of the week and sun the other half of the week. So,
Right.
we're trying to figure out if we shorts or sweatering it.
They said it's gonna be 40 again tomorrow. So
That sounds about right.
Don't put your sweaters away.
I mean, honestly, I wanted to kind of open it up on a topic that I was talking to you guys about off air, but I was thinking, is anybody listening to anything in particular? You alright?
It was too much. It was hitting kind of hard. You know the hookah hit kind of hard.
That's what I said.
I was like, oh, wasn't trying to choke.
But have y'all been listening to anything? Like, what kind of music are you guys listening to right now? I'm very interested because...
I'm still on Hotels.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just still on Hotels.
So, all right, follow
and
me.
the HBO joint. When she did the HBO special.
It's amazing.
Oh,
just like on repeat.
That.
What? You haven't heard it?
No.
That's my thing tonight.
I'll send it to you. It's amazing.
So good.
Okay.
Jasmine's in her bag. Like,
She is. Was that when she was dressing like someone from the 60s?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta do that.
It's very, very good.
Because
and
Shorty
she does
was
some of
cute.
her old songs on there too.
Oh,
So
I
it starts
saw it.
off with Bust of Windows, I think is what it starts off with. It's really good. Love it.
I actually I have one running playlist called The Cool Out that I listen to that has a little bit of everything on it. And I just occasionally add different songs to that, but I listen to the same thing on repeat. So I don't listen to anything really new. I mean, obviously I tapped into the soundtrack of Judas and the Black Messiah, which was very dope. But
yeah.
I haven't really been on anything super, super new. I discovered Duran Duran. Has anybody listened to them?
Yeah.
From the 80s, yeah.
No, there's like a newer...
No, Duran Bernard.
Duran Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
Durant.
I've been following him like ever since
I
he was
just
in
discovered
God's
him.
Trumpet.
I love it.
See, this
Yeah.
is the conversation I love.
It's like a gospel choir from like college.
Oh, okay.
He was also on
nice. I like
the
that.
rap game
I like
with Cardi B
Really?
and
Oh.
Chance the Rapper.
Who was he? What was his?
Duran. He was competing. Yeah,
I
he
don't
was competing
remember.
as him, and he was on there for a while. Actually, he was down to like the last 5 or 6 people.
I feel like on the rap game, there's a few people that stuck out. Obviously, the gentleman who won. The girl with the half black, half white hair.
Who won? D Smoke.
D Smoke won.
Okay, yeah.
There was the dude, Uncle. What was his name? Uncle. He had the glasses. His rap style was so. He sticks like I can never forget him because it was just.
Yeah. I forget his name though.
Me too.
But yeah, on the rap game, he was on there. Duran is awesome. He does a really good cover of Beyonce's "I'm Sorry" on YouTube or SoundCloud.
I will have to.
It's so
tap
good.
in with
Super
that.
talented.
But I
Very
have
talented.
recently just. I'm glad he made it from the.
He's
rap
got
game
some
then.
music with
That's
Ari
great.
Lennox.
He did background for Erica.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so I'm just late. Cool.
He does a lot of covers on YouTube. Yeah.
I take that.
Very, very
I do.
talented. I've been listening to some Division lately. It's something new that I've been listening to. I should have probably been on it.
DVSN.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
because
Division.
I don't know why I keep wanting to. I've been calling that man David Season for the longest.
David
Don't know
Season?
David Season because I felt like it was a fucking.
Acronym.
Yes. So
For David season.
I don't know these
acronyms.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Love the music though.
Yeah,
I definitely thought it was an acronym.
The music's good. And I mean, I feel like it's like bedroom music. Division is like bedroom music, like music that I feel like the only place is proper to play that shit is motherfucking right before you about to.
Get it popping.
So that leads me to like,
Get it poppin'.
what do you guys do for like sex prep. Do you play music? Do you fucking light candles? Do you fucking do a ritual? Like, what do you guys do before you get it popping?
I'm sure y'all have like more interesting sex lives than I.
Mm-mm.
So like, okay, well, I would hope that you have more interesting sex lives than I. You know what I'm saying? Not that marriage ruins your sex life, because it definitely doesn't. But you know, once you and your partner have been doing it for a while, you don't do all of that really. You know, you take a good shower, a good shave. You know what I'm saying? You get to the parts that you know that they like, and they get to the parts that you know that you like, and then you meet in the middle, and then it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it's, say it's like Valentine's Day that just passed, or like it's, you know, Christmas or their birthday or something like that, you might do that. You might play a little music. I don't really fuck with music like that when I have sex, because it makes me, since I'm a musician and a singer, it makes me like want to sing along with the music. I focus on like the lyrics and stuff like that. I like ambient noise, so like I might, if we're on some real freaky type shit, I might play some porn or something like that in the background, and you know, it feels like an orgy kind of. Depending on how big your
it's
TV
a lot of
is.
us in here, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I would like to have a, you know, an experience where I'm like lighting, like if I had to set it up myself, it would be a mood, right? I like vibes, right? So I would do a bunch of candles, things like that. But I also just vibe like that. No, I don't, not even on freaky shit. Like that's how I relax, right?
That's what I was about to say.
So that's just how I am. But in my sex life, it just be ambient noise. Yeah, it's just like background noise.
Just put on something on Netflix and hit play, and then look at it.
I did read something though. I was on the.
Just that.
I mean, it is what it is. Like I do know. Usually, like there's a movie or something playing in the background, but I do know there was a one time where Set It Off was playing, and I was like, oh, you got to turn this off. Like this cat, no, we got to turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like
TV.
there's certain things that I just can't.
You fucking to like the Nightcrawler, the Nightcrawler documentary about the.
I could fuck to that. I can't fuck to nothing that has.
Snap.
I can fuck to that.
Snapped and fucking
I can fuck to
48.
that. I don't
first
like
48.
I
can't order.
I
I
can't
can't like
play.
everybody falls asleep and do other shit online.
I don't want to keep hearing the word rape while I'm fucking like period.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to SVU. They say the word rape.
Now that I think about it, girl, you might be right.
Hell no, they
really-
just chopped
not
this
really-
bitch head off and some shit after they sodomized her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't thinking about that. As long as it doesn't have kids in it, like, you know, whatever. It's not like, you know, because that makes it completely weird for me. Like,
So many things can make it weird, but I feel like TV. I'm particular about TV. I will put on like some crazy shit like Godzilla, or like some like chaotic like action movie.
I'm not focusing on it. I just want there to be something else in the room other than the sound of like, yeah, exactly.
But if like you happen to get quiet and it's a, you know.
Yeah, I don't really.
And she was strangled in the bathroom, blood splattered everywhere. It's
I'm
like,
not hearing that shit. I'm not worried. I'm focusing.
I mean, that's.
And I don't necessarily want you to be paying attention to the sounds that I'm making and whatnot.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not fucking to the first 48, and that's that. I'm not fucking.
That's fair though.
Yeah.
That's fair. But no, it's not really a big. I did read something one day though. A young lady was asking I follow a lot of influencers, and as a plus size influencer, I follow a lot of plus size influencers, and this young girl asked, well, I don't know how old she is, but this girl asked, you know, oh, what's your best position for women, you know, who are heavier set? And I thought it was so interesting because I never thought about like this. The girl answered and she was like, if you're heavier set, you know, obviously on top is the best position for women, period. But if you're heavier set, you should.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know a lot of women that feel like they can't come that way.
I think it has more to do with the like
if they're on top.
female genitalia.
No.
Because so
No, she could definitely come on top.
yeah, they don't
Who
know
said that to you?
probably how.
She need help.
This might
That's
help.
the easiest way to come.
This might help.
Oh,
She
is
said
it?
if you're
Hands
she said if you're a heavier set woman and you like to be on top,
Maybe it's because I'm fat.
probably don't do it on a bed. Do it somewhere where you actually do it on the floor because you actually have like
More
some
stability.
stability. And if you have like memory foam mattresses or something, you're heavier set, then it is a little bit. You have to get used to that.
A lot of
right?
work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You have to get used to that. But no, I think it has a lot to do with the way a female vagina's canal is. So I watched this video on Facebook about, it was a sex therapist who was basically saying that women, 9 times out of 10, most of the time women don't come with missionary. It's always on top because your G spot is up. So when a man is going in the vagina canal, it's literally like they're jacking off inside your canal because all of your sensory is only an inch and up. Which is why they say lesbians give the best sex.
Or some niggas got that curve.
Some people, some men have the curve, and then you're blessed, but
that joint might just go like this,
and then you're blessed,
and then he put it in and it'd be like boop 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 boop.
That's how you get dickmatized. Watch it.
Well, I mean, if it's long, I feel like you can reach everything. You know, depending on the angle.
You just gotta get the right angle.
You gotta get the right angle. Yeah,
you just gotta. It don't have to be that long. It's not that far.
Bring it around town.
So that cat ain't a circle.
Like SpongeBob.
Okay.
Around town.
Yeah, no, I think
I have to find that for
that's
you, though.
cool.
It's a really informative video. I have to find that for you.
I would like to watch.
Because I'm sure I did. Yeah, I'll have to find it. I'm sure I didn't do it the justice, but when I explained it,
I mean,
it was actually
I'm
very
just saying
informative.
what I've been told. You know what I'm saying? No, so like I think that they really just don't like to do the work. Is what I really think is happening. And then also, I don't like to be written anyway. So it doesn't. Unless you're like, you have to be bouncing, like you have to be like bouncing up and down. It's in, now you're just doing this situation and like, it's just going off inside of you.
Yeah, the scoop
phenomenal
is
to you.
when you're tired.
Not to me. Feels phenomenal to you, but not
when you're
to me.
tired.
Yeah, them niggas couldn't take it.
But y'all be tired after like 3 seconds.
That shit's work, man.
Yeah, I'm 160
seconds.
seconds.
A lot of weight.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about the fact that it's work. I do the rest of the work. I do the work all the time.
But I mean, I don't
mind it. I like the control and I like to do the work, but I'm saying like, if you're gonna force me to be in this position, which really doesn't do anything for me, at least like, you know, put your into it.
I've always been a gentleman who like it.
There are other benefits of being on top. So you get to see this pretty face, and
but is it pretty from this angle? Like if I look from here?
Yeah, it's always pretty.
Okay.
Okay. My sis said what the fuck she said now. Okay.
I always be feeling like,
especially
I always feel like this is
pretty.
not my best angle. Like if you take a camera and you held it like from right here, this is not the best angle for me.
Okay,
so I feel like that's the angle that you get when like.
Oh, well, no, I'm gonna give it the eyes though. So eyes is locked in. It should be like a more.
Don't look me in my fucking eye. Don't look me in my eye.
Well, what if I'm kissing? You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, then stop looking. Don't look at me. Then I can also smack you.
Then I can also smack you.
What?
Ah!
Ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't know.
Don't look me in my fucking eye. Mind your business. Don't look at me. Turn around.
Not mind your business.
Mind your business. Don't worry about what my face is doing.
That's so funny.
The scoot gotta go though. I will say, girls, that's an unfamiliar chick.
From our
get rid of the scoot.
The scoot
if
has
you're
to
gonna have
go.
to scoot,
It's really not good. We just
roll
be lazy.
over.
Yeah, if that's what it is, just
here with it, not this.
Yeah. If you're gonna scoot, I know we do that when it's hard because I'm also
squat
guilty of scoot, but we have to stop that. If you're tired, just turn around, girl. It's fine.
No,
turn around, girl. No bullshit. Like at that point in the game, just turn around.
Turn around, girl.
Yo, that's the funniest shit. Just turn around, girl.
Turn around, girl. Let it go. Give it up.
Facts.
It's fucking over for you, sis. Just turn around. You better get fucked. It's fine.
Some guys will tolerate that though.
Am I wrong?
Some guys might like it. No,
You're
that's
right.
what you were saying. Like some guys don't mind if you get on top and you do whatever it is you like to do. But like guys that are like professional fuckers, let me say this. Let me get this off.
What? Excuse me.
Prostitutes? Is that what you said? Professional fuckers?
Well, I'm not gonna say you get paid for it. I'm
business.
gonna say you're an expert. You're an expert knowledge on it.
For the streets, guys that are for the streets.
Guys that got that thing and they know how to use it.
That thing be thinking.
And they're really particular about how you get on top.
Them hoes better not fuck with my juvie.
Because I think those guys be the more particular ones. Like they be like, girl, I mean, shit. If you gonna get up here, bounce or go.
Funny.
Bounce or go. Bounce or go.
Or turn around, girl. I mean,
turn around, girl. Turn around, girl. At this point, I think those be the most particular guys. That's all I was saying. I think.
Yeah, I can imagine that because I feel like
guys
if you're more experienced, and I'm gonna speak in third person, like if one were more experienced, then you know exactly how this is supposed to go and shit like that. one might have less patience for the foolery if they know exactly what time it is. They know what feels good to them. They know what's gonna feel good to you. Like I can imagine someone being like,
frustrated.
All right, well,
frustrated.
Yeah, like let me. Okay, we don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and turn over. Go ahead and turn over, girl.
Turn
around, girl.
Just turn over, girl. Just come on now. Come
I
on.
mean,
Right
honestly,
on the edge of the bed.
Just turn it.
Make sure you arch your back though. Don't turn around with that straight ass back.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want that, girl.
You need to be downward dog.
Put a pillow or something. I don't have time for
downward dog.
Just don't turn around with that straight ass back, girl. Don't nobody want that.
Make sure that your head is below your hips.
Period. Poo.
Just submit. Fully.
And it's okay, even if you're an alpha female, it's okay to submit, like, in to certain people. I feel like that happens.
Matter of fact,
that doesn't
put your
happen.
hands behind your back.
A big dog,
Give it
girl.
up.
Show me what you working with.
You lost me.
Spread your cheeks.
It's fine, my bad.
Yeah.
You lost me there, but
Hold it open.
Hold it open.
I don't like to be restrained.
I don't like to be told what to do so much because I be like, damn nigga, like, hold on, am I doing it all the way wrong? Or you gotta keep correcting me? I'm like,
Gotta keep. Why you take it to heart?
My brain.
Why you take it to heart?
hold on, nigga.
It's weird. It gets weird when it's too much direction.
Are you trying to give me a map?
Also, it's weird.
X
Like,
marks the spot. Hit
have you guys ever dealt with the quiet lover? Where they're like pleased, but they're just quiet. They're just naturally quiet when they're being pleased. Have you guys ever dealt with that?
Yeah, I won't keep dealing with it though.
I don't. Yeah,
I get rid
that
of them
makes me
niggas
feel
quick.
away.
You don't know how to communicate.
Or say something after the fact, like that you enjoyed it, because you already quiet. I don't know what if it was bad. With the like, tell me.
Them niggas get the boot. You need to learn how to express yourself.
But why do you feel like they're not expressing themselves? Because they're quiet. Like I feel like you're not expressing yourself if you need something and you're not asking for it. But suppose like it's fine.
Need to
I'm
be
just being
talked
quiet.
To. And I would
What you like? What you like for niggas to say? I don't get it.
Whatever you feel.
What you like for niggas to say? I don't.
If you can't figure out what to say, then we just not that compatible. I feel like, I mean, that's what I like, and a quiet person
Now,
during sex is mad awkward.
You know,
it's like, nigga, I'm giving my all.
What if you
here.
were having sex with a woman and she didn't moan or anything? She was just quiet.
you're gonna have to say something.
Yeah, okay, that's the point.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying you're not gonna be able to not say anything because I'm gonna run this motherfucker straight through you, and so you gonna say something. You're gonna say something.
No.
You're going to say something. Shit, if it's only an hour.
We'll be back after this commercial, y'all.
Oh my God.
We started too strong.
We started way strong.
We started too strong.
Well, this is the
think
type
it was
of candid
perfect.
conversation we're on today.
It's just a quick key. Nope, nothing too crazy.
Oh my goodness.
You gonna say something? Shit. Talking and praying to somebody. Saying something.
Jesus.
I'm weak.
Lord.
Jesus.
Fuck can I?
Might fuck around and call Satan. Look,
That's what I'm saying.
whoever get here first.
That's
Like- Woo!
But I feel that's exactly what we were just saying. He couldn't wrap his mind around that. Let's like, nigga.
But that's what I'm saying.
Show
Sometimes the perspective
some
matters.
enthusiasm.
It's different for
right?
dudes. A lot of dudes feel vulnerable if they feel like they, are moaning or whatever in your ears. I feel. Because a lot of bitches will go back and be like, "Oh, that nigga was doing this in my ear and sound like a bitch."
Yeah,
and he was
y'all
moaning
talk
and
too
shit like that.
much. Y'all talk about
So-
like y'all bitches gotta.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like you want your nigga to say something. So what are you supposed to say? Shit.
Y'all gotta
Fuck.
be quiet about y'all shit.
Oh,
Alright.
like,
No, I don't want to hear
like
that.
what the fuck niggas supposed to say?
But
Like,
don't have a
I
conversation.
want my
with
nigga
me
to sound
either.
like Prince.
I don't want that. But I don't know. I also don't want you to try to have a conversation with me either. Don't talk to me.
Oh, talk to me the whole time.
ask questions. Like you don't like them to ask questions.
No, like people like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Without doing it, and I'm not doing it. But it's just like
And I'm not doing it. Okay.
I'm not.
Great.
Fine.
It's hard to like explain like do niggas sometimes will be like
Okay.
like that is it good like don't do that.
Ask you questions. You like that? Is it
Just
good?
don't do that.
Why not?
The questions is a lot because you know what? One time
couple
this
questions
nigga was
always
talking to me. Hold on.
Right.
One time this nigga was talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And you
over
know
that.
when you in the
Don't do
mo-
that. Don't ask me shit.
when you know you in the
'Cause I'm not gonna say
moment,
shit.
you might
Off
ask
GP.
a nigga might ask a question
So
like,
last name. Go ahead.
all right. Like if a nigga say, I'm probably bleep this out. This is a lot. If he say, "This my pussy,"
Okay.
but like, what if in the moment the
You
nigga
say
get
no.
it all fucked up? Like he say it wrong. Like Like, oh no, he said some shit like,
yo,
yeah,
Shay be
suck my pussy or
Shay might be going something to fuck with.
No, I have a friend whose boyfriend would like talk, and
It's funny,
sometimes he would say penis instead of pussy, but he wasn't gay that we know of.
Oh,
okay, this nigga would say one
I
dude
mean,
I
we
messed with, he
excited,
would
things
just say
happen,
that things the wrong way.
Man's fucked up. All your blood be
But
down here. The brain blood be down here.
So, a man said it to me he was like, listen, a nigga could do anything in the middle of me coming, and I wouldn't give a fuck. He'd come rob my whole fucking house, shoot my house up, and I just wouldn't stop because I'm in the middle of and I was like, oh, you have no control over anything at that point. It's just fucking whatever happens, I deal with it later. Because I'm not going to stop.
I'm coming 30 seconds max.
Huh?
How long y'all coming? Not more than 30
How
seconds.
long does the...
I won't discuss
How long does the... Oh, man. How long does the orgasm last? I mean, 30... I feel like 30 seconds is stretching it. Like, 30 seconds is a long time.
That's a max.
Yeah, that's
30
definitely
seconds,
max. That's
unless
like-
you're going for another one.
So what can happen if somebody run in your house in 30 seconds?
I mean...
Pull some shit up,
You ever
And then
told
it's
them
not
that...
There's no like recovery time. Like,
I was about to
when
say,
you
there's
just
another
lay
30
down.
seconds
There's
after
another
that
30 seconds to a minute or two if you did it right that you just got
You need a moment.
a moment to just not be fucked with. Like,
ain't no breathers.
I mean, when you're
I'm going-
done, I'm talking about like when you're done, not like
Oh.
intermissions. That's different. But like when you're done.
Yeah, but
There's
like,
another couple.
you know,
Yeah.
girls come like back to back like that. Y'all can come, like,
Women are
multiple times.
multi-climatic, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
Where-
So there's no break for us, but for men,
Yeah.
Some men don't need a break. Some men need all night and can't do it
if
again.
your nigga doesn't need a break, you should err on the side of caution.
Sometimes I call it a bonus. Why am I telling y'all this? It's fine, but I call it a bonus. Like
This
sometimes
is information we need to know.
like sometimes I'll climax, like I'll come and then like I feel like I have to come again. Like I'll like keep
It's
going.
there. It's still
like,
there.
It's like another nut, like a
It's
bonus
still
nut. Is what I
there.
call it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
And then I keep going until I get the bonus.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. But
It's the sound I'm getting is when
That's a
Sonic
problem,
collects the
probably.
rings. I'm like,
That's funny.
that's all.
yeah, I mean that's basically what it feels like at least. And then afterwards you're extremely sensitive. At least I am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty time.
Do you feel like you be telling a nigga not to come inside of you?
Yes.
What?
Excuse
Me and my friends were talking about this.
What?
Like-
Why would I not be able to say that? What kind of fuck?
Because what the fuck? You're praying for the rain and like you get mad at the mud. Like, yes. It happens. I nutted inside of you by accident. That's
I
what
think
happened.
you
He
should
nutted
always
inside of
be.
his girl by
You should
accident.
always be.
And she was
prepared.
upset about it. It was
Ain't
like,
no
well, what the fuck?
But you
What
have to
happened?
say that
There
you're.
can be accidents.
No,
No, there's
can't.
only an accident if you don't announce, and if you don't announce, then that's.
You don't announce. First of all, sometimes it might catch you off guard. Like, oh, there it goes. I didn't know.
Nah, you.
It was
know.
coming. It was coming. I felt good,
No,
but
you know.
it depends. Y'all don't have a dick, so y'all don't know. I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes you don't necessarily always know. Especially if you're not as experienced.
Then you need to put.
If you're not as experienced, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To like know like when it's about to come
Yeah,
100%.
15-year-old.
Better put a Jimmy on that hat, baby. I ain't got time.
15? No, I'm not talking about children. I'm talking about
You better put.
if you're an
Jimmy on
adult
that
and you're
hat,
not that
baby.
experienced with sexual.
Lock up the
things.
snake, baby. The water roller coaster's over.
What you mean now? You mad because he nutted inside of you?
Absolutely.
Like,
You need to announce
get you a
at
plan
30
B. It's
plus.
$50.
No, at 30 plus. No, you get the
You
plan
need
B
to
because
announce.
your ass didn't
You
announce.
need to
So
announce.
You buy it.
Announce?
Say
Hey, man.
something,
Oh,
nigga.
I'm about to come. Like,
Yes, say that. Fuck it the
absolutely
fuck
not.
up.
I'm
You
not
get
saying
shit
that.
on your own.
Oh, I'm about to nut.
I'm not saying
Oh
that.
shit, I'm about to nut. Like,
That could it be?
I feel like I stopped announcing
could
when
it
I was
be-
like 18. Like, I'm not announcing that shit.
So there's
I'm pulling it out. Don't
so
get me
there's
wrong,
an
but
actually.
mind your business. I'm not.
There's an actual no. There
Don't
is,
worry about what's going on back here.
There's an argument going on right now in the world that says that the argument is right now. If a man nuts in you and doesn't come, could it be considered rape?
Woo.
That is the argument going right now in the world.
If what? If he nuts in you?
If he nuts in you and doesn't tell you that he nutted in you, could it be considered rape?
No, you can't be considered rape.
Rape.
Maybe sexual assault, but not
I
rape.
think I'm about to say
It's an
I
assault.
think rape is a stretch because you did consent. Because literally rape means you didn't consent. So you can't just say you're not in me.
Gathering
No, that's not what we're talking about. I don't agree with it.
Maybe sexual assault.
I think
Even then, I feel
assault,
like not.
maybe, but that you would have to. I don't know.
It was
I
an
don't
accident.
know.
The fuck?
Accidents do happen, and the accidents are understood, right? It's only when every time it's an accident. Nigga, ain't no every time it's an accident.
So then, but how do you decipher which one's an accident and which one's not?
I don't. You do.
Suppose he's not.
It's an accident.
Wrap that Jimmy up. Period.
Okay, so there you go. Now we're having protected sex.
Right.
Cool. Safe sex is
now
great.
this is now the
However,
second time, and now you got the game fucked up.
If you have
Putting the Jimmy on that.
I'm saying that people should have safe sex. You know.
I mean, you should always have.
I'm married. I don't care what y'all do. Y'all
right. You should always have safe sex though.
That's
Anyway, whether you have a condom or not, there's other ways to be protective. Also, you need to be tested when you have unprotected sex. I just want to put that out in the universe. Like,
yes,
that's very important. AIDS is not gone away
unless you're married.
Full blown thing.
I mean,
or herpes or fucking chlamydia.
Or yeah, all of that shit. Like elephantitis. Fuck, if we about to go down there, I mean, we don't really have it here, but somebody got it.
Yeah,
that's what fucked me up in health is the picture of elephantitis.
And then also pregnancy.
That is what
I ain't never been right since.
Ever. That fucked me up. So I'm just saying, I've never forgot it.
Sorry to that man.
It's also a thing. So
also a thing. If you're not prepared, you have to
so that's an STI.
be prepared.
Yes.
You're an ass.
Man. So is there anything that you guys do to prep for sex?
I just told you, a shower and a shave.
Okay, a shower and a shave, obviously.
Yeah, I'll be like, let's get it on, you know. It's a wink and a nod situation. I'm a newlywed.
I will have like a playlist on deck ready just in case. Sometimes you do need to like set the vibes, even if it's pre-sex vibes. Like maybe you're not watching TV or laying down with this person. Sometimes it is like a vibe. I feel like that happens. No, it's always.
I'm not a person who has sex. I can't have sex without emotional attachment, so I don't.
When did I say we were having sex without emotional attachment?
You said sometimes it's just a vibe. I from that I gathered that there's no emotional attachment to that person.
No,
I mean the vibe
like,
okay,
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. So like my point is, like maybe you want to set a special energy, or it's not just like a regular. Maybe it's y'all's first time. You know what I mean? Maybe, or something special that you're trying to do. Is there anything special you guys will do, or it's just always like. You know, like.
I mean, it depends. Like I said, it depends on the mood. You know what I'm saying? Back in my single days, it was, you know, I'm showing up with sweats and my Nike slides, and it's going down, and it ain't no, we're getting right to it. Like there's no vibe like that. But then once I started to, you know, get in relationships and care for the person, I might do a little something. Might start off with a little massage. Might, you know.
Yeah, see, foot massages, picking out the right
back
wines.
massages. Back massages last maybe 3 minutes.
Do we not eat specific foods before we about to fuck too, or we just go all in with whatever?
I don't eat cheese before I have sex for obvious reasons.
Man, it's so much shit. You can't overeat at dinner. Like if you know you about to go home and fuck.
Yeah, certain things like, hey, I can't.
I hate fucking on a full belly.
You want to eat some chicken parmesan before you about to have sex?
That's why I hate fucking on Thanksgiving evening.
I can't.
You know, you get that holiday smashing.
I mean, I'm sure someone's gonna be like inside of your fucking guts. Like, I wouldn't do it either. If that was gonna be like, and then also y'all probably doing anal too, so I don't know.
I don't do anal.
What? Not even a thumb?
Nope. You can put it over top. I don't mind the
on
plug.
The top? Just
a
like
little quick plug. But like that.
Not the Georgie Porgy.
Hey, sorry. Let me tell you something. This is a one-way right here.
No. What?
One way.
Nope.
I don't want it to be fucked with. I feel like it's intact.
Put that joint out like a bowling ball. Just motherfucking grip that. All right, so y'all ain't really freaky like that. That's cool.
That's not true. I mean, I've done all those things. Do I like it so much? No, I think men like that a lot more. I do like a little bit of pressure over the booty hole.
A little pressure.
A little pressure, like that feels good to me. The thumb in it, it doesn't feel as great. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's more for a man's enjoyment. I would say that's something that I would be like, okay, yeah, if you want to, if I fuck with you like that, I'd be like, okay, yeah.
I actually don't do it myself. I was just saying.
It's just not something I would prefer to do. Honestly.
No, I don't.
It's just, yeah. It's
I
not
have,
my
don't get me
preference.
wrong, but it's not really anything new, you know.
It's not.
I don't see the obsession. Actually, I was just talking to somebody yesterday about
a lot of them
how
like DP, so like a thumb in their ass, and then also the dick, like the DP situation.
What's the DP?
Double penetration.
Oh,
a lot of girls like that. Like
a lot of girls do like that.
Yeah,
I'm
there's like
not
categories on it.
When it's women, it's a butt plug. When it's men, it's pegging, right?
I just
Pegging
found
if you
out.
put on the dildo.
About to say, I just found out what that was, and I accidentally went on the Twitter pegging thread, and I was disturbed. I just couldn't unsee it. So
yeah, that shit teaches you a lot.
That shit
I
was
didn't know
very
they do
different. Twitter is. There is a lot of different.
Twitter's a porn site. I didn't know that.
Twitter is a weird place.
You didn't know that?
Twitter is a very
not until,
weird
you know, I
place.
just recently got back into
That's where I
Twitter.
watch my porn now. It's the best 2 minutes and 20-second videos on the internet.
And that's all it takes you?
I don't need a whole lot of storyline now.
Just be tearing herself up. Just be on that bitch like.
Have you guys watched? Oh my God, what is the name of that show? What is the name of that show? Jenny and the. So
For 2
there's
minutes
a
straight,
show
bitch.
right now on Netflix. Jenny and something else. It's a show about a mom and her daughter, and the girl is discovering sex, and the boy is telling her, "Hey, just touch yourself, right?" And so she takes her toothbrush to try to start to masturbate, but the bitch ain't know which side, and then the next scene is the toothbrush bristles is all crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did see it.
That's what that was given.
her
I
poor
don't need to lie.
clitoris.
It was given that.
Yeah.
Her poor clitoris.
I said, good gosh, she done tore her shit up.
That
Ooh,
shit
Lord, girl.
about dull as a motherfucker now.
That shit red. That shit
That's
raw.
like a
fucking toothbrush.
a nipple after-
Electronic toothbrush bristles. That shit is a bitch. Put some ice. You need ice.
Yeah, she's got
That was a
chafing.
lot.
She's got a
She's
chafing.
I don't
definitely
know what that is. Might have. I don't know. That's a situation.
Clitoris made of steel.
But anyway.
That shit's hard.
Iron pussy. That's probably a very interesting, like, movie if there is one.
There's,
The Iron Pussy.
there's a movie where the
Sounds like
girl's
gangbang.
pussy has teeth, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's called Teeth.
It's called teeth. And
Yeah.
it's like
Vagina
when
dentata.
she opens up her legs, it'll be
no.
like this.
Yeah, it like bites niggas' dicks off inside of them.
You know, I've been watching American Gods, and there is a woman, a black woman, who is Queen Sheba,
Mm-hmm.
and when she orgasms, she engulfs the person that she is having sex with, and they disappear into her vagina. You guys ever seen American Gods?
Whoa.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, you guys should tap into that. So yeah, so that's her superpower. One of them is the superpower of sensation, but when she orgasms, the person becomes like small and they just disappear inside of her vagina.
That's so cool.
It is really cool to see. It was like a cool thing to watch.
It's really cool.
And the American Gods is a great series anyway, but her storyline is actually really good. She's she's Yoruba queen, and there's a piece in there where she's like dancing with Oshun and things like that. But she's a beautiful woman too.
Oshun energy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. That's cute. That's real cute.
That's
It
interesting.
was very interesting. The most interesting story. That's really one of the most interesting things. There's a piece of that. They call him a jinn. He's a fire god, but there's like a gay sex line there that's really interesting to watch to play out. And like it was a great storyline.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
American Gods, watch it. It's great.
So getting back to niggas moaning in your ear and not
I
feeling
like
they
all
have
that shit.
a space to be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable with
That
me,
is,
babe.
that is the that's the topic on Twitter now. That people apparently men are saying that there's no space for, I guess, black men specifically to be vulnerable.
I agree that people. I think that they don't have the best options. I think that that's something that we should promote to, like, as a message that we should promote, though, because men do need a space where they can be completely vulnerable. Sometimes it's not about how you feel, sis, or maybe just taking the time to let this man speak and say what he needs to say, because I do feel like a lot
And then
of
we
men,
all argue, don't call him a bitch because he cried one time when he was talking
Yeah,
about
like
some
I
shit.
feel like a lot of women
important.
do that. Like they do dumb shit like, oh, you eat a banana, that's gay. Damn, the nigga can't eat a banana and get some potassium. The fuck? Like, what do you
You
mean?
wrote too much
the
in your
list
Facebook
of what
comment,
makes
that's
somebody
feminine.
gay is ridiculous.
I think women have to take accountability for their part in like toxic
Things that are not one of this
masculinity,
sex with
right?
men, surprisingly.
Some men
a
are.
lot of people. Pegging apparently is not one of those things, apparently.
Wait a minute. I mean, well, they say some people feel like if a woman does something to a man, it doesn't make it gay.
No, that's how I feel too. But what I'm saying is that, like, they'll say something like eating a banana is gay, but then also want to, like, eat their man's ass. Or, like,
Right, like,
some
you know
shit
what I'm
like that.
saying?
It's like, the gay sex acts are not making them gay, but, like,
I just
crying
feel
on your
like
shoulder makes him feminine.
Yeah, I feel like we sometimes. I mean,
true.
you know, women have had to sometimes. You know, in the past, women have had to raise their children, their sons, and stuff by themselves, and we don't know as women what it's like to be men, especially black men in the world. So, you know, I feel like sometimes we hold black men to a particular standard, especially our boys. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we have to take as women accountability for that, and not allowing them to emote and telling them that, hey, you don't need to be, just shut up all that crying, you a boy. Like, that type of stuff is, I don't even want to say I understand it. It's a very thin line that you need to tread, because you're already instilling something in them as young children to grow up and have to promote this way. I feel like there's not, men sometimes too, they want safe spaces within their other male friends, but because of the idea society has perpetuated, they feel uncomfortable, you know, crying on their homeboy's shoulder or whatever, or calling them when they just need advice. And I feel like, along with the men changing how they view it, so can women, especially when we're raising our young men. So
yeah,
I always try to make sure, like my nephew, he tries to shut down a lot, and I always try to, you know, you can tell me if you're upset, you can tell me how you feel. I always try to make sure, tell him that, so he can, you know, he knows that it's okay. But
it's a good thing, because I haven't cried since I was 17. I have not cried since outside of church.
Wow.
God always makes me cry for some reason.
Me too.
But yeah,
Me too.
but that's like the one thing. But I didn't cry on my wedding day. Didn't cry when my kids were born. Never, like, I don't know. It's probably like a mental block. Honestly.
But I also
that's how you were conditioned.
Yeah, you're conditioned that
it
way.
really is like that.
I seen the thread about it, and I saw a lot of women trying to bash men, and I'm for the men who spoke about it. It was the I am an athlete clip. Essentially, the thread was a lot of women trying to bash these men for saying, hey, how come women have this, and y'all are my homies, I talk to y'all every day, our kids play together, and I can't call y'all, I can't emote. And I feel like that's the worst thing you can do to someone, whether it be a man or a woman, is to try to bash them for having feelings, because feelings are not feminine or masculine trait, they're just human traits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the worst thing we can do as black women. It's not, honestly, just as much as it's not always a fight of black men ain't shit, right? And just as much as it's not always a fight of, well, black women got these raggedy ass attitudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we have to be better to each other, for each other.
And also, when you're...
And it's a learned behavior.
White women enjoy it when
white people love that shit. And I agree.
Black women can't stand it.
The majority. I just feel like it's a learned behavior that all of us, even myself, have been guilty of at times. I'm not going to exclude myself.
I have too. I had to really evolve from that. I honestly thought that was like a big turnoff. I'm a little bit weird when anybody cries to me, though. I really don't know how to console in that way so well.
Sisters don't want you to cry to them unless you're crying about them. Unless it's some baby, please don't leave, come back, bullshit like that. Then it's like, you better. Then it's okay for you to cry.
It does. It does take work to not look at that as a sign of weakness in a way.
That's so crazy to me.
It takes work to.
I'm saying that as someone who doesn't do it, but
yeah, but it takes work to look at it as almost a strength. To be able to be vulnerable.
Being vulnerable is actually a strength.
It is.
I believe, I'm emotionally vulnerable. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve and fall in love and shit like that. But just like the crying part of it doesn't connect with me for whatever reason. But being vulnerable is 100% a strength. Because it shows that you know that you are strong enough to be able to recover from whatever situation, like whatever emotional depth you've allowed yourself to venture into. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always feel very, very grateful if a man cries in my presence. Because I feel like they're, you know, being showing me everything, like every part of them. So I always feel very grateful. I'm always very cognizant of, you know, how I try to say things or what I do when or after or surrounding, you know what I'm saying? And I try to listen when they're having their vulnerable moments. Obviously, if it's a situation where it's like an argument or something, you know, you have to work on those things. But I feel like if you're telling me about something personal that happens to you, start crying about it, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, this nigga is crying. I'm like, oh my God, you know, that's because you're open and honest enough to show me that piece of yourself that you really won't, especially black men, that you will not show anyone else.
Which is more of a compliment?
And
someone
like
crying to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone crying to you or someone coming out to you?
Yeah.
Which one?
Was
more of a compliment, did you say? Like,
I only would have to, I don't know. That's very hard because both of those things, I can't put one over the other.
Right.
Right? But
It's a hard question.
what I can't, it is very hard. It's a very good question too. It's hard. I can't put one in the other because both of these things are so big life things, right? But what I can say is in my experience in life, I've only had the latter, which is the man crying to me.
No one's ever come out to you?
No, because all my friends have already came out prior to that. The friends that I have, I haven't had anyone.
I have. I think it's. I hold both in high regard, to be honest. But I will say, honestly, the information of like someone coming out when it's like not so known already, you know what I mean? When it's something that they're sharing with you, does feel really, really good. It does make you feel good. Like, damn, like I care about this person. I'm glad they received that and felt comfortable enough. Because like I said, that's what we do the work for enough with our friends to be able to be vulnerable and share things like that. Honestly, the more I learn about my friends, the more I learn about myself too. Like, you get to see other perspectives and other things from people when they share things close like that with you, or share their family history, or share things that just aren't surface shit. Just all that shit is way deeper. I don't know. I think it's a blessing. I don't think that that many black men are crying too often. And so I haven't experienced it that much.
Yeah, if they didn't do it alone, probably.
Yeah,
like, to
I've maybe seen 2 or 3 guys cry my entire life, and one of those men was my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So 2 other men I seen cry. I felt like, damn, you know.
Never seen my
I'm here for you.
I've
never seen my father. Not even at his stepfather's funeral. Never seen my father.
Never, ever. Either of my father or stepfather, but I didn't see him cry when my grandmother passed either.
What's the manly way?
My
to cry?
brother.
I'm trying to think of like the way that you would do it to feel less vulnerable.
My daddy just talked through it. It was almost like he didn't even acknowledge he was crying. He was worked up, you know what I'm saying?
My brother just broke down when I saw him. We were also getting like the news that our father had passed. So it was just, I was the only person actually that didn't cry in that moment. Between my sister, my mom, and my brother, I was the only one that just was like, okay. And I just walked out and went for a walk. I was the only one that didn't, but I think it was because I already knew. So I didn't cry because I already felt it. So I just didn't have the same emotional connection at that time. Not to say that I didn't at all, because I'm not that strong. I'm not that strong when it comes to my daddy out. But he like broke down, and that was the first time I'd ever seen him cry. That was the first and only time, actually. That was over 10 years ago that I'd ever seen that. And then
it's few and far between.
A second time I think is recently a guy that I have been dating, and I was a safe space at one point, you know, and I'm appreciative of that, that he allowed me to see him in that way. But that's it. Those are the only 2 times I can think of.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's something that I think black men need to work on, is definitely allowing themselves to be more vulnerable and finding a safe space, because if you look a little bit harder, you will probably find somebody that's willing to, you know, like allow you to be vulnerable without any judgment.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of men just don't even.
Is my point. Like, they
shouldn't
have to look hard.
Society has made it so that you have to look for a certain, or it has to be the certain.
We shouldn't.
It is kind of not a needle in a haystack, but sometimes you need to let people know, like, niggas come off so hard all the time, or so okay and unbothered, that I mean, sometimes people wouldn't know to lend out a fucking olive branch to y'all, because maybe they don't realize that y'all don't show that you're going through anything. I mean, like, sometimes you have to check on your strong friend.
But I think, to your point, I think you're right, but I also think that's the point. Like,
I get that.
Society, we all have made it to be that way, for men in particular, and it's not okay anymore, and we only as a society can fix it, and that's not something that's going to happen overnight or in the next 2 years or even the next 10, because we're talking about generations.
But if you lay down on your wife's chest and she say, you know, baby, be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, let it all out, you're still not going to naturally be able to just I don't feel like it would just be something you can just let go, especially when you've been training yourself or whatever.
No, I can't do it. Like, I mean, it's not that thing that's hurt. I know that's a safe space. 100% a safe space. That's what marriage is. It's a safe space.
Right.
So, like, 100%, I could definitely cry to her. I just can't do it because I just can't get to that point.
But my point was saying that I know it sounds bad to say, you know, sometimes you need to but sometimes maybe if you are in a vulnerable space, to let yourself be vulnerable with your safe space. Because men do find safe spaces, and they do find women that are nurturing and are attentive and would let them be vulnerable. And they just don't know how to do that either. So it's up to everybody to play their role.
Can single men cry for their friends?
I think that's what we're talking about. Like,
yeah, I guess they can't.
Yeah, I mean they can't. They should be able to. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, we as a society have made it to be that, and I feel like that's not okay for men. I feel like you guys deserve better and more. But we, as a society, have to fix it together. And I feel like women have to take the accountability of the part that they played in it as well. And I feel like we do, especially the women that were in single mom mode raising their kids by themselves. And they didn't know, bless you, they didn't know how to raise a man, because guess what? We're not men. I don't know how to raise a man. I'm not a man. I don't know what y'all do and what y'all go through on a daily basis.
Or how you
I can do my best.
Yeah, I could.
But that's not going to negate the fact that my child will need a father to teach him the ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like
or to help teach him different ways. You know, like through your experience. Yeah. Maybe if you had a son, you might teach him, you know, how to navigate through feelings maybe a little bit better, or whatever the case. You know,
exactly. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's but I do think that we as society too, we be putting these statements on shit that's gay. Like I saw a tweet, a man started a Twitter thread about things people say is gay, right? And it was just a various random people about random tweets people had made about things being gay, right? And this one girl tweeted, "I seen a nigga eating a kiwi today. That's some gay shit." Damn, the nigga can't eat a kiwi.
Oh,
why the fuck is it gay? Just the kiwis is the taste.
So care is gay now? Yeah. Like, stop it.
Come on now. Yeah. Like, a nigga can't eat a
ordering dessert is gay.
And like eating the even down to, come on now, y'all know, even down to eating the glizzy. Y'all gotta
stop that hot dog.
Oh, the nigga shit. Eating the glizzy with the hot dog. Come on, bro, it's a hot dog. Niggas just want a real burnt hot dog from the cookout with a little mustard. It's okay. The fried hot dogs with the mustard is tasty. Like I like being burnt hot dog with the mustard.
I watched this episode of
I do. That's my favorite part of the cookout.
I watched this episode of Grownish.
Give me crap, baby. Have y'all seen it?
Have y'all seen it?
Yes.
Which episode?
Me too. We'll take a quick pause. Okay. After P, you go first.
Thank you. You know I've been drinking all that stuff today.
We're gonna close it out after this. We're gonna close it out with the
I've been terrible today. I'm so sorry, y'all. I really
good.
do need to apologize for that, because
I mean, honestly, this might be, I don't know how good this podcast is gonna come out. We didn't have a whole lot of topics. I mean, I do like what we're talking about right now, but we have like 4 topics. We have 1 left to go.
Yeah, what's right there?
Nothing. I want to get off of here and call my girl.
Girl.
Wait.
That's cute. That's very cute. Young love. It's about to be spring too. Y'all about to be sprung. You start talking to somebody around this time, it's like you lock into the whole spring, whole summer. And then you see if you can still deal with each other when it comes time for like Thanksgiving and shit. Thanksgiving and holidays and shit. But it's gonna be definitely a hot girl spring and summer for you. I can see
my horoscope.
Even if y'all have a fight,
like an unexpected love, like my.
Even if y'all have like a fight, whatever, and stop dealing with each other for a couple weeks, y'all gonna still get back because it's gonna be hot outside. Y'all gonna be doing what it, making it do what it do. It's gonna be cute. Not even just like on a sexual level, but just like it's gonna be a cute like
it's
romance for you.
Cute.
Yeah, it's a cute little romance. I think that you really like this girl.
I do really like her. I would not.
But you're just nervous about it.
I would not talk to her if I did not like her. Like, I don't talk to girls.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you're nervous about it.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about meeting like a sexual encounter, a new sexual encounter in general. That shit makes me feel so insecure. I don't know why. Initially, and then I feel way more comfortable after. But it's just like the nerves.
But I'm saying not even about the sex of it. I'm saying like, what if you realize that like you like it, like you enjoy the experience of you love how a woman can relate to a woman and understand the things that a woman wants and needs. Like, would you then be bisexual?
I don't know. I'm telling you that the only thing that like makes me feel away is that honestly, like, I haven't told my mama about it because she's just so close-minded. Thank you.
Is she?
She really is. Me and my sister just got on her ass like a couple weeks ago because my sister's best friend, you know, she's bi-curious. And we want to be able to have whoever they want to have over the house, like my sister and her friends and stuff. And my sister feels weird about having like openly gay girls or more dominant looking, masculine looking gay girls over the crib and shit. And like, because my mom is just like, I mean, I'm not, she just, I don't know what is the issue. Like, she won't say anything. I didn't get that for your mom when I met your mom. I don't get that energy either, but I can see it on her. I can see it on her. She's just that way. I don't know why.
I've been blessed. I think, like, my mom has been very open about anything, like, a white person, a girl, a boy, whatever. She really just doesn't care as long as the person treats us well. Like,
you dealt with a girl before?
I haven't. No. Oh. But there was an incident where my two cousins were one of them was having a bi-curious moment, and the other one was actually, like, gay, and it became a really big thing where my uncle was like upset about my one cousin who was gay, or he felt away or whatever. And then my other cousin, she really wasn't gay. She was just experimenting, but she didn't want to say it. And even to this day, at 30, she would never admit that she was dealing with that girl that my friend, my cousin actually was dating. Right. And so, you know, it was just so interesting because they did, you know, my cousin is gay. I have a lot of gay family members, like my cousin Lyndon, gay. I have a lot of gay family members, and just, I don't know, it's just not, we don't care. Like, we don't care, like.
It's a little bit of everything in my family.
Yeah, we don't care.
I got a cousin that's trans. I got a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I got a lot.
No, and I feel like even that, like, I got a lot of trans fans too, and a lot of when I tell people, they're like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, even when I have to go down and explain, like I have people that tell me, like, why should I have to use pronouns? And I'm like, just based off of respect. Whether you agree with pronouns or not, if you respect the person, why would you purposely disrespect them? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like it's certain things like that people don't even, sometimes, not all people, but certain people don't even take that stuff into consideration. It's like, it's not all of remove yourself. It's not all about how you feel about it. Maybe it's just about your friend. And if your friend or your person or that person is someone that's close to you, someone that you care a lot about, then you're not going to purposely disrespect them based off of your personal feeling about a societal construct of, you know, bathrooms for everybody type of stuff. Like, that's your friend.
But see, my mom, when I said all this stuff to you guys about how my mom feels, it was like the other day I was really trying to break it down to her, even before I started talking to T, because I felt like she have been discriminated against dealing with my father for all them years. They were not married. They literally worked in the same place. They filed a lawsuit against the management company because they fired my dad and like mixed up their home address mail when they moved into those apartments together because they just didn't want my mom to be dating a black man. And they won the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? So like she can see that side of it, but she can't see how she just, her energy. Yeah, it's like, damn, you can't help who you love. And that goes for anything.
Yeah, 100%.
It goes for anything. It's just not skin, not just gender, not just whatever. It just goes for anything. And I just really, I don't know, that makes me nervous about introducing her to my mom. You know what I'm saying? Or introducing the idea to my mom. It's like, and it's definitely a shock to everybody in my life. Like, it's like the first time I've ever dabbled or thought about dabbling or anything with a woman. And so I feel like at 32,
that's so interesting to me because you're like a creative. You know what I'm saying? A lot of creatives are like very free spirited.
I am, but I've just never been really attracted to a woman. I thought women were attractive, but not enough, like not personally,
you know,
to be dealing with you.
That brings me back to like a clip I saw of Zendaya. Somebody asked her, she was it was an interview about Malcolm Ray, and somebody asked her, what do you look for in a man? And she was like, oh, what do I look for in a man? How about what do I look for in a person? And I feel like that's another societal construct, and I feel like we're conditioned to see, hey, Stevie, what do you look for in a woman versus, hey, what do you look for in a person? Because at the end of the day, we're attracted to the person, regardless of the gender. To be honest. Whether you want to act on it or not is different.
Some people see that as like it being insulting. You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell a man like, what do you look for in a person? Like well, I like women. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like
that's a very close-minded view.
Yeah,
it definitely is a very close-minded view, but
is.
I think that people say that because it's the safest route to go. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to come out to me and tell me that you like whatever the fuck you like, that's your business. I'm just going to assume what you're probably not going to be, the path of least resistance.
But that's my thing. Is like I've been very free. I accept people to love and like whoever they like, and there's never been any judgment. I just feel like, damn, I never really thought that I fucking could fuck with anybody don't got a penis.
She got one in her bag.
No, but I really like real live ones. I like real live ones. It's like catching a live fish.
Catch it with your hand.
That's my squirming around.
Catch it with your hand.
You ain't gonna catch that. You can catch that, but you can catch.
Don't catch
it
that
from here. Catch it from here.
I'm with you.
She don't know what to do. I cannot wait, and not like I said, not even for the sex talk, but just like for like how you vibe, how y'all connected.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the first fight because it's gonna be interesting because that's another bitch, and like y'all can really go toe to toe if y'all really wanted to go toe to toe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's all.
Like, there's no limit.
Shorty don't play.
Exactly, there's no limit there. Like y'all could really fight, like for real, be out here dead, just like wrecking, like if you wanted to, if it got to that point.
Yeah.
It's gonna require a different level of yourself. It's gonna be so interesting. I cannot wait. It's like TV for me.
Oh my god.
Not as TV though. I just want you to be in a happy space and good with somebody who you love and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
treated well.
T
things like
is
that.
treated me very nicely, and is very attentive.
Is she a gentleman?
Yeah, she's definitely like
That is
very
very
giving. Dope. She sent me 4 bouquets of flowers.
Oh
to my
wow,
door.
that's so.
What kind of
treated
flowers?
me to lunch roses
That was a bag.
That is
and she sent it the same day. Like I was having a bad day, and she was like, "Oh, okay, well, when you get home."
That happened to me once.
That was the same day. That was when I left the podcast last week. She sent me when I got home. I had fucking flowers there. It was very nice. And I had a really hard day last week. So I mean, I don't know. That type of shit, that type of energy can get you a little bit leeway with me. You don't got one of them things, but. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. She's taking care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Very sweet.
That feeling is different. Like I've been there before. Like I think I was having a bad day with one of my exes, and I took a nap and I woke up this was when I was living with my mom, so it was a while ago. And so I woke up and my mom was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, why he busting in here? Hey, I'm taking a nap." And she's like, "Well, I didn't say that, but I was just looking like, hey, like,
yeah.
Obviously I ain't gonna be like, why you in your own room in your own house, right?" I was just like, "Hey," and she was like, "You got something," and I was like, "Okay, what is it, Mom?" Because she like sitting in the door,
right?
Because she got the door cracked, and I'm like, "Is somebody about to bust out?"
Right, like what's up?
Right. What's the secret, sis? And she opened the door, and it was this big ass bouquet of white roses, and she was like,
so nice.
"I don't know who sent these, but these are so nice." And I read the card, and I was like, X, Y, and Z sent them, and she was like, "Well, your mama like roses too, and I like them preferably white."
Okay.
I said, "Sis, don't. This is my moment, like my business."
Right.
But she was kidding. My mom was a jokester, but she was just like this very sweet because I had a rough day at work, and I explained that at the time, and I woke up and that it was just random. I just woke up to a bouquet of flowers. Very nice.
Well,
very
look,
nice.
what I was gonna tell y'all, and we're gonna bring it back in. I was gonna tell y'all that on an episode of.
I'll stop and get some roses.
You should. Go
Ah!
to the tea.
It definitely make a difference. Like
that
that was so sweet. And I love flowers and plants and like sometimes men just I don't know, just don't be thinking ahead when they could, and it would like really give them all the extra brownie points that they really need. You know what I mean? Sometimes like the way that niggas want to be treated, you could get that just with a couple extra like plan ahead steps that women think about all the time that men don't always think about. But
so that's where she's gonna have the advantage of anybody you ever dealt with. You're gonna be like, wow, like I've never met somebody that's so attentive to like, and that already like anticipates the next thing.
That I was like the first time anybody's ever sent me flowers, like same day type shit. That was really cool. Like that was really cool. I was very impressed and like felt very like appreciated and thought about. Like that type of shit is important. But like on the show, Grown-ish. They had an episode where Vivek finally smashing.
I saw that episode.
Finally getting him some little poom poom.
Okay.
And this might be a spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen the new episode, but he's finally getting him some little poom poom, and his girl, like they all take some Molly. You know what I'm saying? They have a party, him and his girl, and then as the party. as the party thins out, it's just him, his girl, and this other dude. Okay, and like the girl's like all excited, and both the guys are into the girl, and so the girl wants them to kiss, and they like kiss or whatever, and then they proceeded to have a threesome, right? So he goes back and he tells his boys the next day about his threesome, and of course he's talking to 2 black boys or whatever. And
was it a threesome?
Yeah, he said it was.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "Oh, you had a threesome? Like, what was it?" And they were like, "Yeah." He was like, the person's name was Alex, and they're like, "Is Alex thick? Like, what's Alex look like?" And they're like, "Oh, he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess he's kind of fit."
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like,
it was a
"Oh,
boy.
it's a
It was
dude?"
was with a guy.
Right. So then they started proceeding to tell him that he's at the least bi-curious. And he's like, "No, I'm not. Like, my girl wanted me to do it. We were high. We were feeling good. I kissed this dude. I didn't like it. And that was it." So what are y'all thoughts on something like that? Because
that's what college is for. I mean,
that's what college
is for. Experimenting with things.
Substance, sex.
Well, I think that women
literally what they because Zoe dropped out, so there's that.
Right.
There's that.
Education. So wait, which one is this?
He's the foreign boy that be pushing the pills and shit.
The drug dealer.
I don't know. I don't watch the show.
Okay. You don't watch Garnish? Garnish is good.
It's so
Start from the
good.
beginning.
Mixed
Start from the
Fish is
beginning.
also very good.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really gotten into Mixed Fish. I might have to put that on my list. But
Garnish is they're all spin-offs of Blackish?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Mixed-ish is a spin-off of Rainbow, which is Tracee Ellis Ross' character on Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
Of her childhood. And then Grownish is Yara Shahidi going to college.
But Mixed Dish is really cool because it's Bo's character, Rainbow. It's like how she grew up with a white daddy and a black mama in that time. It's such a good show. It's so good. And Mixed Dish is just their oldest daughter at college. So they be in it too sometimes as the parents. Yeah.
Oh, there's an episode in there where Lawrence Fishburne and Anthony Anderson is in there. And they come visit Zoe at college, and the boyfriend come out in a robe, in a sarong, not a sarong. He was in a kimono, and the grandfather was like, "Oh, now we got a motherfucking situation," because he came out in kimono and some drawers, right?
Wow.
And then he takes his kimono at the end. Shit's hilarious. It's the most. I felt like it was the funniest episode of Grownish.
It's so good.
Shit is hilarious. Watch Grownish from the first season though, because once you start it, you're gonna love it. I love Grownish. Like Grownish is fire.
I love Blackish, so I know I'm gonna love Grownish.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Grownish
what are
is
your
so
thoughts?
fire.
What are your thoughts on that specific topic? Because that's what we're talking about is men having the freedom to do the same things that women do, like experiment with a woman and not be called gay the rest of your life.
Listen, we have
to
become comfortable with it as women, because it is just not right for men to be like, "Hey, I kissed a girl and I didn't like it," or "I kissed a girl," or "I had this experience with a woman," and if he's like, "Well, I had experience with a man, I didn't like it," we like, "Oh, this nigga is gay."
We've seen that on Insecure too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we have to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, one experience doesn't encompass everything. One experience encompasses my entire reality of being a black person, then what? You know what I'm saying? I feel like Know Me, which is a white girl, she is one of Zoe's friends in Blackish, and she is a bisexual white woman. And she had a very good point when she brought it to one of Vivek's friends, and she was just like, "Listen, you find yourself to be a strong black man leading the culture, right? Who is one for the black family unit and black women, all of that." And he's like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying?" She was like, "But you're also a black man that only dates fair-skinned women that have exotic looks. So does it make you any less of a black man supporter of the black family unit, because this is typically what you prefer?" And he was like, "No." She was like, "Well, why are you blaming Vivek for having one experience?" And I was like, that's a good fucking point. It doesn't make you any less of, and they were saying Vivek was less of a man because he had that one experience.
I don't think we can call somebody gay.
Exactly. That in that moment there was what I was like, come on.
No, I mean, I totally get it. I mean, you know, that's what, like I said, that's what college is for, is to experiment with.
Yeah, like
sexual. I mean, that's what life is for, just in general. So, like, figure out what you like.
Tony, then honestly, if you meet a man next week, he's got everything on the checklist, but he was, you know, experimented with a man. I mean, does that make you feel different? I think.
What if he was just bisexual, just period?
I think
he's got everything on the list, but he's bisexual. Not but.
I don't know how I would feel about that.
I
don't want
for
the
me,
girl to be bisexual. If I talk to a girl, I don't want her to be bisexual either. I want them to be the only one.
It's for me. It's more of a just I don't like to share type of thing. Like I don't like to share, but like that's probably the wrong usage of a word. For me, I already have, based off of my previous experiences, and this is something that I'm growing through, right? Obviously, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like over it yet, but I'm growing through it, and I'm cognizant of that. But I haven't gotten to the point where I am over some of the previous experiences I had with other individuals and dealing with, you know, other women and things like that. So when I feel like we add a whole nother gender into it, now I got to just combat everybody. Now I got to just be worried about you dealing with everybody, right? Even though that's probably not what it actually is. That's my problem. That's how I would think of it. So I wouldn't be comfortable based off of my experiences, not because of theirs. Does that make sense? Like I'm the problem there, not them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm cognizant of that. So until I am over that, I would not be able to fully.
It's politically wrong, but I wouldn't like it.
And that's all. I mean,
you gonna have to.
It was so funny. Like,
what about?
I hate to be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying, like contradicting yourself, but
I mean, with like in the same.
It's
breath.
literally we are, but I can't negate my own personal experience and my own what I'm going through and what I'm growing through as an adult. I'm not saying that might be the same. I'm not saying that that's going to be that way for my whole life, but now that I am cognizant of it, like within the last few years, because obviously I've had bisexual men approach me. I'm not good. I've had that, you know, but now that I now have bisexual man friends, you know, I know what my experiences are, and I would hate to take someone down that road with me knowing that I have this looming, because it's not their fault and they're not less of a person or a man because of it.
But
that's
thing
my
is,
personal
if you learn after you love someone,
that is, and you know what I'm saying, I don't think that people should do what I'm doing. I'm not saying that this is what you need to do. Nah, what I'm doing is absolutely incorrect, and I'm aware of that, but I'm working through it. And again, this ain't gonna get over in like a day or a year or a month. You know what I'm saying? That's something I have to get over because of my own situations. I have nothing to do with other people. So even though I'm contradicting myself in the same breath, I'm saying, hey, don't be like me. It's the same thing that parents do with their kids. Be better.
Yeah, it's a cop-out, sis.
Is it?
I feel like it's a cop-out.
I mean, because what it is. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to admit, I think, I do think I have a thing where I think that if you have too many options, it's so many men and women out here.
Why does that?
Jesus.
That's a personal insecurity thing, then.
Fine.
That's got.
I'm not.
Okay, right, but I'm not insulting you and saying that you're an insecure person. But what I'm saying is that
I can be sometimes.
I'm saying everyone can be insecure about something, but what difference does it make?
Do you like?
He only likes women, so does that mean that he's?
No.
Like, at
He
least give
only
us
likes
something.
women, so does that mean they're like now
to be more faithful? No.
Absolutely,
that's my own,
fuck not.
That's also an insecurity I'm fighting on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to fight that on my own from both sides of the spectrum. Like, that's always my issue. So, like, I'm not confused about it. I know where
I think it just takes
I think
work.
it's more palatable on one end than the other. But again, that's also my problem to own as well. I own my fuck shit. That's some fuck shit.
Some things I don't think I want to know.
I'm working on it.
What if he's like, okay, so I had a boyfriend in college, but you know, I've only had girls ever since, and that's really what I'm attracted to. Like, you know, I dated one dude, I didn't like it, and you know,
you did like it if he was your boyfriend.
But I'm saying, like, after a while,
you liked it.
like I was over it at some point.
Okay, right. You don't like that person anymore. It's like you weren't over it.
No, but like, what if you are over it? What if it's like, no, I don't really like
it?
this. I don't really like, no. Haven't done it since, not talking to dudes, none of that. I had a boyfriend when I was 19.
I don't know.
For 2 years.
It depends
Like,
on
it depends on what?
No, because you keep adding sauce and layers to this.
No. Okay, so I had a boyfriend for 6 months when I was 19. Sophomore year in college, had a boyfriend for 6 months when I was 19. You know,
are you telling me this after we fucked or not?
What difference does it make? You want to know before you fuck? Why?
Yeah, what?
What if I told you? Let me tell you something. Look at the statistics on how many men have had a same-sex experience in their lifetime. You know, it's not like it's 12%. It's like almost half, if not half or more. It's a lot of fucking men. So chances are you have already fucked a nigga that is bisexual or has had same-sex experiences.
I'm thinking, like,
that's the fact of
here
the matter.
thinking about it right now, like, damn.
I know
That's
these
the
two of the
fact of the
niggas I
matter.
fuck with definitely have had sex experiences.
Okay, so there you go.
I learned that after the fact. The thing is,
But you know, the reason
I
you
don't wanna
learned that
take
after the
away.
fact is because they assumed that you would judge them before the fact.
or I just didn't want to know anyways.
So you don't want to know.
I was like,
Also,
I was younger.
Another societal construct that we have to break down.
I gotta find out who these people
The barrier.
are. What's this conversation?
But-
you gotta tell.
But I have a
born that
question
tea, bitch.
for you guys. You know,
That nigga had the signs.
Oh, bitch.
I know he had the signs.
y'all are fucking. Stevie's a fucking mess. Stevie is always trying to hit us with these fucking.
That was
but
too
wait,
many signs.
I'm just saying, like, this is life. There's a spectrum of
It
it.
is, and at the end of the day,
advocate better than me, and I'm
I
triggered.
love
Fuck
everybody.
me! I gotta change the way I'm approaching motherfucking people.
weak.
I don't like this feeling, baby.
It is something that you do have to kind of grow over time. I was just saying how, my mom, needs to be more open-minded, but I could be more open-minded still, and so it's like, it's all in a matter of growing. I'm starting to learn to not, as a single person who wants a child and family and things like that, and I feel like a little bit of pressure to be there, I'm starting to just be like, fuck it. Let me just appreciate good days and good moments with good people. And that's where I'm at with it. So not focusing so much on your past or my past or experiences we've had. That's cool. That brings us to where we are now. But it's more like we are enjoying this moment. And that's just where I'm kind of starting to get there. Yeah, because it's like I used to care so much about things like that. What has this man done? Who has he been with? Or vice versa. Men be worried about that about women too sometimes. But I just feel like, where who you dealt with led you, to where you are here. And this is how we met. And we enjoying each other. I think
I have a friend that has an OnlyFans that said that she feels as though bisexual men are the best lovers on earth. And she said there's a lot of women that feel that way. And yeah.
Over girls?
Bisexual men are the best lovers as far as like if you're gonna fuck a straight dude or a gay dude or a bisexual dude, they say bisexuals are the best. That's what they say. And then also, I found several articles actually about it online that say that a lot of women prefer to be with bisexual men because there's a layer of sexual experience that doesn't come with a straight man.
I think, and if I want to get down to the nitty gritty, I'm gonna call a spade for a spade here and be the upside against everybody. I think us women really only have this notion that we really can't, we really shouldn't because of the whole. I don't know, and you guys can correct me if you think I'm
listening. Go ahead.
But that men, the gay, sexual AIDS, things like that. I feel like that lives deep within people still.
Ding, ding,
don't
ding.
want to say it or bring it up, but this also goes back to This also goes back to what I said in the beginning. Any partner that you get with, you need to be tested first before you start anything.
Yeah, I think openness.
So if that's what's keeping you back, then maybe you need to readdress what you're doing. Because if you fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry you believe is to be straight, and you won't fuck this gay man because you think he might have something because he's fucking other men, then you need to check yourself.
It's prejudice.
It is.
So, but I also
think something that I do think
down, that's kind of what we believe still to be true. And again, societal constructs, what society has made us to believe. I feel like we need to start breaking this situation. We need to start breaking this down. We need to start changing this narrative a little bit because you don't see men going through that with women. Not often. I know a few who won't date bisexual women, but it's a very small few of men.
It is. I've actually dated someone that was like so worried about me dating women too, ironically. But I just feel like, some people are more insecure and can't handle you being with anybody else. Man, woman, whatever.
And a good example of that is Bob Brown, Whitney Houston, and what's the lady name? Robin. Robbie Brown said so many times, I don't give a fuck if she's a man or a woman. I don't want no person on my lady. And guess what? He's not wrong.
That's because Whitney was bi.
Whitney was in a relationship with Robin also.
Yeah, exactly. Whitney was bi and he knew it, but he didn't tell nobody else.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? I think to that point too, he wasn't fucking with that shit. Like, and it wasn't because it was a woman. It was just because it was another human that wasn't him. And that's fair, because I don't want my person with nobody else either. Unless it's the fuck me. I
feel you.
Yeah.
That's my point with it. Like, that's why I can't do it. I don't want you, listen, not even that I can't do it, because I have the same, I have the same feelings when I have, you know, when I'm in relationships with men that are straight. Like, I have that worry all the time. Like, it's not like,
you have
also
that
my past experiences of being cheated on and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm always, in the back of my mind, it's always there. So I don't know, and I've only dated straight men, so I don't know how I would feel dating a man that's bi, knowing that now I have it from both spectrums.
That's a really powerful thing to say.
What I believe to be
and
true is I only
honest.
had it from one spectrum, but I can't even say that that's the whole truth either. I can only say that's what I believe to be true. And I mean, I'm getting unfamiliar, and I'm just being honest.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
No, I appreciate it.
And I take ownership of my shit.
That's
like,
that's actually really powerful, and I think that a lot of people have that same feeling or fear or whatever, but they can't verbalize it. So it's really good that you are able to like call a spade a spade.
no, I mean, I know when I'm fucking up. I know, like, I'm never gonna be the one to hide from my accountability or hide from the fucked up shit that I've done. I'm not. I've done a lot of fucked up shit.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
But I'm always willing to learn from my shit.
And that's
As
the
long as there's a
unfamiliar
space
tone here at
for me to
this
learn.
podcast. And I really want our listeners and us to really appreciate this moment here, because it is very unfamiliar for people to get that raw and that honest. We do that a lot here, but, you know, about topics that are very, very important like
I've
this.
been very vulnerable on this on this podcast with y'all.
Me too.
Especially with people who, like, you know, my best friends, they watch it and they're like, damn, you really, this is some shit you would never, I would never. But I get very vulnerable because it's just like, you have to start to practice what you preach. I can't be like, hey, this is an unfamiliar space, and be lying about every fucking thing. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you right now. I do be lying about some shit, because some shit I just don't want on the internet. But this shit is not one of those shits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think, okay, let's just close it out with a final topic about love languages. Do you guys know your love language?
sí, se puede. That's actually, yes, I can.
Okay, what is
say,
it?
like,
I actually learned that from a Disney university. I do.
Okay.
My love language is basically in time together. What is that called?
Quality time.
Time, and it is words of affirmation after.
All right, so okay, there are 5. There are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, physical touch,
acts of service,
and acts of service, like an oil change, my nigga.
So yeah, I do enjoy someone take my car to get a nice oil change, although I've never had it.
It's a very good act of service of acting of service.
I would love for someone to go.
So
take my
quality
car and
time
go
is
get my
yours?
headlight
You
fixed.
said?
This has been broke for 3 weeks. Yes.
Quality time and what else?
Words of affirmation.
Mine's physical touch and words of affirmation.
Mine is words of affirmation. I want to say acts of service. I forget this. It's been a while since I took the test, but I took it like when it first like popped off, like in like 2014 when everyone was doing it, and I realized that I like to show love through acts of service. I like to receive
That's how
love.
I like to show love.
Yeah, I like
I
to receive love.
show
in
love
ways.
with acts of service and gifts.
Yeah, no, and sometimes that's not what people want. I'm the
Gifts
same
was the last thing
way.
on my list. Although I do enjoy a nice gift.
We enjoy a nice gift, but there are so
But
many other things
that was
that are
that
important.
was the last on my list.
Yeah, gifts
Same.
is not really something that I can.
And when I took it again recently, just because, you know, I changed. I took it first when I was 18, right?
Yeah.
I took it again recently, and it was again still quality time. Words of affirmation gifts was still last. So
Mine is physical touch. That shit is important to me. I need to be able to touch on ya. Okay? I need to be on ya, under ya.
But are you
next to
clingy?
ya.
That sounds clingy.
No. I'm very distantly and almost harshly cold about my distance. But I do want to I don't want to talk to you, but let me put my feet on you, babe. Don't talk to me though. I'm in my zone. I'm in my motherfucking zone. Don't talk to me.
That's so crazy.
My feet need to be on you though. We can
My
be
feet
here
need to be on
underneath each other.
Why do you want to put your feet on someone?
Don't talk to me. I'm big on feet.
I don't like that. Like, I'm not a fucking footstool. I do not like that. It's not that I don't like. So I don't like feet. No, I don't. But also, like, I don't like feeling as though someone is.
Bitch, please.
It feels a little like demeaning. Like, get your fucking foot off me.
Huh?
Feet go on the floor.
This foot going in your mouth, depending on what position we're in.
I doubt it. I've only ever put one foot in my mouth, and that was like awesome.
This foot is going
like that was some wild shit that night.
Whew. When we were talking about freaky shit earlier, I didn't mention nothing about
if you get anywhere above the waist with your feet, baby, it's a no-go. We stop it. I don't like feet at all for any reason.
Really?
Unless it's like baby feet, because baby feet are cute.
So you don't give like feet massages?
I'm not gonna, I don't. I have in the past, but I do not.
I will. I don't know why everybody's so anti-feet. If a man take care of his feet or a woman take care of her feet, show them your feet some loves. That's what they getting cared for, so they can get some.
But what if they not good feet? What if they got corns and bunions and dead
different.
toenails and shit?
I mean, baby, you need to. Go
and if you love that person with fucked up feet, you need to get their feet fixed for them. That's crazy. I'm not laying.
You crazy.
I'm not laying in the bed with them fucking Frankenstein feet.
I'm not fixing your fucking feet. You grown.
No, I agree with her.
I'm not laying in the bed with Frankenstein
if your
feet.
Is crunchy, please.
We can't be together.
Have you ever gotten
get a petty?
Have you ever gotten a petty? No.
Get
Okay, well,
petty.
come on, we going because your feet are crunchy.
It's giving petty needs a petty.
It's enough.
What if he can't leave little foot flakes in the bottom of the bed?
The fuck no. Hell, you
can't
even
even
get
in my bed with niggas with dandruff either.
Let's be clear, you can't even get in my bed with your outside clothes. So hell no, you can't get in with flakes. If you got cornflakes on your feet, you can put your socks on and take your ass home until we go to the place to get.
Are you serious?
Don't get them, baby. You're not leaving cornflakes in my feet.
You can't put his socks on and sleep.
Okay, that's fair. That was a bit much. Yeah, that was aggressive.
Like, he gonna put me out to my feet? I'm giving you your number.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we're not gonna be together and your feet gonna continuously night
after
after night.
They're not gonna
crusty like that on me.
Just like we're not gonna be together and your mouth is gonna be.
Cause do y'all sleep with socks on?
That's crazy. Huh?
That's
crazy.
You know which people out there.
Yeah, I know.
That's dating funky mouth niggas. Listen, I had a funky mouth. I really liked him, and his mouth was funky, and he wanted to date me. I said, you need to go to the dentist first, and then we can discuss.
I gotta tell you to go to the dentist.
I dated a girl who had I could smell the cavity in her mouth sometimes.
Ew.
And I was like, listen, we have health insurance, and dental insurance. Let's go and get your teeth looked at.
And then, I didn't say, it's a way to say it, right? I didn't say it the way I'm saying it to y'all.
I said it really cute, hey, we should go and get. And I called. We were in the bed, and I called the dentist and made an appointment.
He said, I got you some toothpaste and a new toothbrush.
Oh, I saw that clip.
This bitch said, I have ulcer.
So her breath was thinking it's her ulcer every time. It was her guts. It actually wasn't her mouth. It was her guts that was fucking it up.
Yeah, man.
Bitch, I got you some Prilosec. I don't know what to say.
But he ain't know. And so when he said, I got you some new toothpaste and mouthwash, he was like, I have an ulcer. And he was like, I didn't know that the ulcer did that to your mouth. I thought this would help, but if this is not it, what else is it that I need to do?
No,
how can we fix it, bitch?
Why you rotting?
How can we fix this, bitch?
Okay, so what the fuck?
I didn't want to say that out loud because I didn't want to have her go back and edit it, but.
I know that she was. I mean, I know what Nutty Fiance is, but nonetheless.
Thank you, Tony Baloney.
I think that the bitches was under stress. I don't think nothing had to do with it.
She also didn't want to date him. I want to be very clear. I have watched a few clips for that, and she did not want to date that nigga. And every time she looked at him,
she was making her breath stink on purpose. Hey, Katie, what up, girl?
Look at y'all, unison.
Yes, girl. But.
Okay. Bye. She about to go live. Y'all know we was featured on Black Love, the Black Love.
Yes, Khadijah was featured on Black Love with that wedding dress with her booty poking and sitting like that.
Sitting like this. Damn. Can I pet that dog?
I too was featured.
Can I pet that dog?
Let me figure out which one's the pages so I can plug the page.
You know what? If our bitch get married, I want to be featured on Black Love too.
Black Love exists on Black Love page. Black Love exists on Black Love page. We was featured on both of them on the same day for our wedding. We got 24,000 likes.
Nice. Beautiful.
So that's nice.
Amazing.
We love Black Love.
We love Black Love. We support it. And we here facing some of our
demons,
flaws and negative thoughts or opinions or things that need changing and growing, and that's the unfamiliar rope talk we gave y'all this week. What is your love language?
Tell us in our DMs.
And how do you give love? I want to hear, what's the majority, and I want to.
Do you guys pay attention to people like when you're dating? How do you guys pay attention to see how they receive love? I try to ignore it, and then she must like.
You sound like
I
somebody.
don't know what the fuck happened. I think it's dying. The hoop is dying.
It is dying. But do you guys pay
It was all
attention to
ash.
how your lover receives love?
I
And then
try. It's
also
hard.
how it is very hard
It's
to do.
very hard to do, especially if it's not one of the ways that you also like to receive love.
You have to learn it.
Yeah,
exactly.
and
Like, my wife
accommodate.
likes physical touch and like quality time, whereas
That's
I was
like
an
opposite.
only. She's not an only child like at all. Like she has like multiple like siblings, and I was an only child for a very long time, so I'm not really used to someone always being there, and I'm not like I was never really accustomed to physical touch, and sometimes it can feel like an invasion of privacy or like just an invasion of my space. But, like
Yeah.
but like it's different. I have to like go out of my way to like remember. Okay, like well, she probably wants to cuddle, so like I do that, and like she likes it.
Let's talk about that next week. Is
Absolutely.
because
Because I got some pieces for that. So let's talk about it next week.
yes, thank y'all for
We will
tuning
continue.
in. Get your merch.
Come on,
Definitely get your merch.
It's
First
still
of all,
go.
you sitting here watching and you don't have on no robe. That's
And
an
you
issue.
don't have on a robe, you ain't got on a tee, you ain't got a coaster or a sticker or a magnet.
Get y'all something.
Situation.
DM us if you need
The
some merch.
merch is here.
Exactly.
Okay,
Let us
BOGO.
know in the comments. Like and subscribe and share to all of your other platforms and things of that nature.
Sure.
And support a black podcast.
Facts.
Support black love. Support black people. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Giving ghetto revelations.